What's going on, people? We are back again with another MovingMAD video, and this one right here is all about the tell. Oh, and trust me when I tell you, it went off with Daniele and Yohan. And you know what? For me personally, am I surprised? No. Not at all. Listen, Yohan has always had an attitude, and Daniele also had an attitude too. But really and truly, I always said it and I always knew it that Yohan was the real villain in the relationship. But hey, man, enough talking. Let's get into the nitty and gritty. Boom, bam. Let's.
He had told me that he was single going through a divorce and that she was trying to take everything from him.
Yo no recuerdo a ella, pero ya que ella habla, que enseñe los mensajes y la conversación, porque muchas mujeres me mandan en Facebook.
I find it very fascinating that they bring in a woman who has been talking to Yohan, and Yohan's whole defense, the whole show is legit. I don't remember this woman. I don't remember none of these things because these things never happened. You know what though? It's the fact that Yohan is so defensive. It's so hard to even believe anything that he says. But really and truly, I do know that deep down Daniele was loving this. Loving proving everybody wrong, that she was never the villain and it was him. But also at the same time though, I know that she was also burning inside because she really wanted to prove people right that her relationship was going to work. And that's the thing with Daniele. Whether the relationship worked or not, she's buzzing because she proves a point. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's be real. Come on now.
Me mandan solicitud en
He said hola and I said hello. I told him I was going on a trip and he said, that's okay. Do you have kids and a husband?
I want to know, why did it matter whether she had kids or a husband, to be honest with you? I mean, if he knows his intentions though, why does that matter? You know what I mean? It's like he has a certain criteria of who he targets. It's like maybe he targets single moms, maybe he sees them as vulnerable women. You never know. Some people be doing that. They target certain people for a certain reason.
And I said, I'm single, but I do have a child. And you? He said, I'm single and I don't have children. I'm getting a divorce. And it's hard to get a divorce. Are you okay?
It's crazy though, isn't it? That the first thing you talk about is literally that I'm getting a divorce, you know? Oh, I'm so sorry. I've never been married, but I can't imagine it's hard to get a divorce. Are you okay? More or less. I can see a picture of you now. Look at this guy already asking for the pictures and that. Sly guy.
And he said, more or less, can I see a picture of you now? I told him that I saw on his profile that he was from the Dominican. And he said, I've been trying to get my best friend to go with me. And he said, you can come alone. I can take good care of you if you want. I have no problem with that. Where do you live?
Let's be real. Yohan can barely take care of himself, barely take care of his family, and most certainly he could barely even take care of his own relationship because he didn't give a damn. But it's okay though. Yohan will always know how to sell the dream. Man, how many years this guy's been doing this, Lord knows.
No recuerdo de esa conversación y no recuerdo esa joven. Ella puede enseñarme el mensaje del principio. Ella dice que yo le escribí del principio. Ella lo puede enseñar en la cámara.
The energy is real. The energy is real.
Contacted me June 6th at 10:59 p.m. It's right there. That's the very first message.
I believe that he doesn't remember her. I think he has so many bitches.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you, man, it's not every day that I can sit in but agree with Kalani. But do you know what, though? That could easily be the factor. The factor is, one, he's either denying that he knows her because he knows her, but he doesn't want to admit that he knows her, or he's denying knowing her because he generally doesn't remember her because he talks to too many women. I mean, according to Daniele, this guy has been talking to millions of women. So to be fair, it's easy that he talks to women and then forgets about them once they show no interest. But then arguably, even if they do show interest, does he remember them? That's also another part. That's also a question that matters.
Ella es una de un millón.
Ella habrá sido importante para mí, yo la recuerdo. Porque no importante.
Because no woman is important to you.
Well, basically,
you know when you said that no woman is important to you, that hit hard. That felt like a coming to a place of real hurt. You know what I mean? Literally projecting, saying that basically I was never important to you. That's why you waste my goddamn time and you're too busy wasting around with all these other women. It's a madness.
you know, Daniele had said that she went through and was adding everybody.
Meaning all of the women Yohan added as friends?
Her. And was like, hi, you know, I'm assuming that you added me because of Yohan. And she said yes. That
I mean, I've got a question though. If you're dealing with a guy and then this woman adds you and starts talking to you, would you give it the time of day? I'm just curious, that's so, because there's some people in this world that literally they hate drama. So if somebody messages them, they're like, nah, I don't want nothing to do this. But some people will respond. But of course, in this situation here, it is very, very respectful.
That was the reason that he had told me, and she told me, you know, he's still very much married. And I don't have anything to do with married men. That was the end of it. I didn't talk to him anymore.
Dates that you were given, were any of these women talking with Yohan during the time of the last tell-all?
Yes.
Many of them, one of them being one of my clients, engaged in some kind of relationship while she was on my retreat.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you, that is actually quite wild. But this client, though, why would this client speak to somebody else's man? What's wrong with this woman? Are you okay? Are you that desperate that you're going to speak to somebody else's man? You know that Danielle is his woman. You know they're married. You know they got a dog. You know that, well, I don't know if you know they're trying for kids, but you know what I'm saying? So I do find that very, very strange for one of her clients to want to entertain Yohan. But also at the same time, based on what Danielle says,
use his position in my business for his own sexual benefit.
It just gets worse and worse.
The second time, he engaged in a relationship with one of the women who was there.
Entonces no estoy hablando sin prueba.
Sorry, I thought I'd put in the point that I was going to make. But anyway, the woman then says that she stops talking to Yohan after Danielle told her to stop talking to him. But why talk to him in the first place? Make that make sense. But anyway, this guy, you don't speak the truth because you have no proof. I love the fact that he loved to sit there with the whole idea of, well, unless you got the proof, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? I'm innocent until proven guilty. You know what I've noticed about Yohan and Danielle? They've aged quite quickly since we first saw them, honestly. I was looking at the little flashbacks, you know, when they show like what happened in the previous season, which was literally like a year ago. I was like, damn, these two have aged quickly, man. The amount of stress that they must have put each other through must be crazy. And that might be funny though, when you are a man of color, you know what I'm saying, you got a little bit of melanin in that. You're not supposed to age quick. You're supposed to age like fine wine. So if you're aging quickly, even as a black person, damn, I don't know what's going on in your life, but it must be bad. I mean, to be fair, Yohan's probably messing around with so many freaking women that he can't keep up with. He's probably starting to stress himself out. He's probably trying to mess around with so many women and not winning in anything. He's now getting to him. Man looks old as hell, you know. Looks like he's in his 40s. Anyway, we continue.
Do I ever say anything without proof? Danielle, I need to speak to you in a calm manner when you're available and ready if you're willing. Yohan started messaging me while we were at the retreat, trying to convince me to leave the property with him to go spend some time together.
I knew I didn't miss out. Yeah, this is it. This is it here. Yeah, this is the client.
He wanted me to stay back when I left the retreat because you were going to New York and told me not to talk to him anymore. I told him that I couldn't talk to him anymore, and he got super mad and told me that I was letting you control me.
You know what though? It's funny because Yohan getting super mad is something that is very, very true. You know, we've seen that how abrupt he can be when things don't go his way. You know, we've seen it.
And I was afraid of you. He's calling me. I'm truly sorry for the role that I played in this. I never wanted any of this.
Are you convinced that this woman and Yohan had a physical relationship?
Yeah. Appeared after the English class. Like he would normally come back to bed and he didn't. I knew something was up.
I mean, listen, to be honest, if you're used to your man always coming to bed, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he doesn't come to bed. You know what I mean? Or maybe he showers before bed, and that's not something that he normally does. You definitely know something ain't right. You know what I mean? Because that's some of the patterns. I mean, I saw this before in a film ages ago when a woman kind of explained to her child about how the dad was always doing the madness because he'd always come home and shower before coming into bed. You know what I mean? Or he wouldn't touch me as much as he would before. All them kind of little things there, all those little signs. So the signs that she's talking about, they do make a lot of sense.
No sé qué mujer fue que hizo ese comentario de mí. Yo nunca me pasé con ninguna de ellas. En ningún momento, ese no es mi vida de que estaba en retiro, ningún maldito retiro. Pero tú eres una malagradecida.
When my man's sister said that you are ungrateful.
Yo fui a ese retiro, fue para ayudarte, pero yo en ningún momento. Al diablo se puede ir mi doña con sus mentiras.
Man fully sat there and said, go to hell with all your lies. That's a harsh and deep statement to make. Go to hell with all your lies.
Te va a hacer malo contigo.
Do you admit to cheating with any woman while you were with Danielle?
Yo puedo decir lo que sea, ustedes van a poner sus opiniones, ustedes lo van a arreglar a su forma.
De esta manera.
Yo le dije que no le pegué cuerno, ojalá se lo hubiera pegado. Me hubiera sentido mejor.
Fully said that, listen, man, I was faithful, I was never unfaithful, but you know what? I wish I had been. Whew. Whew. Damn, son. So what, you would have felt better if you had cheated on her? Is that what you're trying to say? that if you had cheated on her, then maybe you wouldn't feel as bad. But because you didn't, you've been accused. You feel what you feel like you should have. I mean, I can understand where that kind of makes sense, to be fair. Because I used to be one of these people. Where I used to be like, listen, if you accuse me of something that I didn't do, I will do it because you keep accusing me of it. You know what I'm saying? Petty stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's me back in the day. Now it's like, if you accuse me, I'm leaving. I ain't got time for none of these games and silliness. You know what I'm saying? But hey ho, man. Man like waste man Yohan.
What I was experiencing, and now you sit here and berate me instead of, I mean, just be honest. Just for once in your life, just tell the truth.
Manipuladora.
Oh my God.
In what manner?
Honestly, you know what though? I feel like all of Yohan's responses were based on what was said prior, what was said in other tales. Because obviously, in all the other tales, you know, obviously when it came to Danielle, she was always called the manipulator in the situation. Even in videos that I've made, maybe even videos other people have made, I don't know, she was always portrayed as the manipulator. So I feel like he's using everything that's been used against her to try and defend himself in this situation. But buddy, you've been caught red-handed. Who are you trying to fool?
Tiene prueba investigando el correo electrónico de la pareja, metiéndose en su Facebook, metiéndose en su Instagram.
Yohan, one more time. Will you finally admit that any time during your relationship, did you cheat on Danielle?
No, yo nunca le pegué cuerno, pero debí pegárselo porque igual ella me juzga como malo.
No, I didn't, but I should have. You're gonna judge me anyway. You know what, though, honestly, I don't know why they waste time even asking this guy this question. I said this before, you know, it's very unlikely for most men to admit when they've actually been unloyal. And to be honest with you, it's most unlikely when you ask what's called a black man to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that truth ain't ever coming out. It's never coming. It's going to the grave. Unless you prove that I did it, it's going to the grave 100%. Black men don't cheat.
Are all of these women lying?
¿Cuáles todas las mujeres? ¿Dónde está el video de sexo que tengo con las mujeres? ¿Dónde están?
But my man is asking for the videos. They're all lying. Where are the videos? Where are the proof? Okay, yo. I mean, listen. I mean, he's got a point. He's got a very strong point. But boy, like, come on now. Come on. There's text messages. That's proof right there. There's emails. That's proof right there. One even came firsthand, and one even appeared and said, "Yeah, this happened." So come on. No videos are needed, bro. Come on, now, let's be real.
Like, who wants someone to suffer with a psycho?
Eso no es por mucho, tranquila. Ojalá yo tendré ese dinero mañana mismo para divorciarme, para que ya tú no seas mi esposa.
Going to file for divorce?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the divorce is where we're going next. You know what I mean? That is where we are going next in the situation. So, I'm happy that it's finally come to the end. I'm happy that we won't see Yohan and Danielle again. I say that we probably will see Danielle again in maybe single life. I won't be surprised, to be honest with you. But hey, man, it is the end of the road for these two, and that is the thing that matters the most. Or at least I hope it's the end of the road. They may do a big Ed and Liz and get back together again, so you never know. But either way, though, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we'll most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.